guys, welcome back to History Guy here. This is part 2 of the Battle of Chickamauga, picking up exactly right where we left off. And gonna take some of your advice, which is to go ahead and let this thing go to a day 3, which is gonna require me to not take any objectives. And since I'm not gonna take any objectives, it seems to make sense that I pull the left side of my line back to a better, shorter position. So that's what I'm gonna start doing here in just a minute. We're gonna kind of hang on, drive these guys off, but I'm going to begin the process of pulling back. So we'll start with the artillery, which obviously is going to take a little bit longer to pull back. And then once I'm able to do that, and you can see I'm starting to drive off some of this infantry, that's going to kind of give me that opening to do this. And we'll leave the skirmishers in place and then begin the process of pulling the infantry back as I'm able to. Some of these guys don't want to fall back. So we use skirmishers to cover them. As soon as I can get my skirmishers in front of these guys, I'll pull them back. There we go. And then this side will probably be the last to go back. Okay, so we're starting to get our ordered withdrawal here. I still don't see anything anywhere else on my line. The entire Confederate attack right now is all on my left side. Alright, it'll probably be getting pretty quiet after this. I'm going to go ahead and reattach these skirmishers to their parent units. I want to be a little careful with drawing my guns too far back here, because I don't know what he might have lurking back there. Alright, I think we're pretty successfully withdrawn now. I'm actually pretty glad he's pursuing me. Hopefully that continues. Alright, we do have one little foray into our center here, so let's occupy these positions a little better. Break off skirmishers from all these units. Alright, now we just kind of wait this whole thing out. Try to inflict some casualties along the way. Got about almost a 4,000 man advantage right now. Looks like he's trying to shift down this way a little bit, trying to probe for an opening somewhere. He won't find one. I'm going to send a couple units up here just in case, though I don't think they'll get there in time for this phase to be over. I love that these guys are just kind of parking themselves on the water. Might get 1 or 2 shots off with these 24-pounders before the time runs out. Nice. All right, we're on to the next phase. All right, we continue. He's just going to keep hurling things at me, and I'll just need to keep making sure that I have enough resources and men to throw back whatever he hurls at me. He's going to get some more reinforcements before it's over here. Already, if you look at the starting numbers, his starting number is at least 8,000 ahead of mine. But I already have about a 5,300 man advantage on him. We're going to hurl back everything he throws at me right here. I've got 2 more units of 24-pounders that I could bring down. Although by the time they get here, these guys will probably already have been thrown back. This is really the only action at the moment. The supplies are just about out. Good news is I've still got enough money back in camp to resupply everything for the next day's fight. Well, this couldn't be a lot easier, really. I'm just going to keep it on fast sim. We're up to about a 7,000 man advantage. Alright, I'm going to slow down for a minute because we can see some guns here. And I want to target those. This is the only place he's making any attempt to hit me. I'm gonna pull these 24-pounders back a little bit. Alright, there's a lot coming at me here. I'm going to send a little bit of help just to be safe. Almost up to a 9,000 man advantage. I'm going to pull Butler out of that spot. He's taking some casualties, kind of sitting out there in the open. Look at all the dead right in here. And all the craters. Alright, it's a 10,000 man advantage. He's throwing another assault at me. We're going to keep this going a little bit longer, I think. Because look at all the men he's throwing at me right now. And they're all parking right on that water. Okay, we're getting a lot of ammo issues, so I think we'll go ahead and proceed to the next day. So the numbers are once again going to be pretty much dead even, so he's obviously gotten his reinforcements. So he's going to be hurling himself at me, though, and so we should be able to inflict some nice casualties here. I'm going to go back to camp to make sure everybody's got what they need. If any generals need replaced, make sure my supplies are good, all that fun stuff. Looks like my supply must have topped off because I'm down to just $8,000. All right, so here we go. We've got 10 hours, and of course, the one thing I worry about here is this one objective that's back here in the woods. So I'm just going to send a few skirmisher units back there just to guard against any trickiness on his part. Now, this is kind of interesting because my units are kind of spread out a little bit here. So I've just got to watch some of these holes in the line. You can see he's already doing his sneak around deal here to try and take that last objective. I'm spread out enough that it worries me a little bit. But it'll probably just be a matter of plugging in units where I need to. I'm going to pull these 20 pounders back. I don't need them that close. I want the 24 pounders up here. All right, we got to push him back across because I've got to hold this spot here. Alright, looks like this is kind of the main point of attack at the moment. And right here. Actually going to back up a little bit, let these guys try to cross the water. Alright, we started out basically identical numerically. I've got him by about 3,400 now. Well, that's interesting. Man, he's just riding right through my lines. He's not even engaging. He's just riding right through the line. I hate when they do that. Because now he's going to be roaming free back there. And I have no cavalry to pursue him with. What did he pursue? Oh, he grabbed this one. But only temporarily. Okay, we may probably have more than I need down here. Got him by 5,000 men, though. So the longer this goes, the easier it's going to become for me. Here he comes. Oh, he's got another unit back there. See, this is what I worry about. Is him surprising me somewhere in my rear. Especially right here where I've got all these guns. Alright, we're gonna have to get these guns a little closer to my line. This is my main spot of worry right now. I think I need to get another unit up there to support Graham, because not only is that an awkward fortification that he could probably get flanked on, he's also getting low on manpower. In fact, there he goes. Alright, I want to pause for a second and just kind of look at the situation along here, because that's the main spot I'm worried about right now is my center. That's where he's throwing everybody at. That's where he's got the only real numerical advantage, but I'm up to an 8,000 man advantage already, whereas we were tied right at the beginning. All right, let's get up there, Stuart. All right, we just wiped out that unit. He's got another one right here. So let's be careful. Yep, nothing happening on my left flank at all. So 8 hours to go. We're up to almost a 12,000 man advantage now, so pretty much going to wipe out his army if he keeps hurling it at me. All right, we're going to start seeing more and more his units dissolve. And I think I'm pretty safe in saying that this battle's pretty much over. Just got to kind of hang on against all of this up here. I could send reinforcements to help them, but I think they're going to kind of do their own thing and be okay. Even Standard, a 0-star unit, is holding his own against a 3-star, even though they're half his size. He's got help. Alright, we'll skip ahead and see how this turns out. Alright, the time I have left here, I've been doing some, how can we say this? Artillery hunting. since I've been wiping out most of his infantry units, I sent a couple of brigades back here into the woods just to start hunting down and destroying his batteries, which now have no infantry protection. Now, I know he's got units out there I'm not going to be able to find unless I risk, and I've been pretty aggressive already. But I did leave this objective open a little bit here, and it looks like he's going to make a last-ditch attempt to go after it. So we're going to have to go back and protect them a little bit. But I got a little aggressive, probably losing more men than I really needed to, but I wanted to take out more than I possibly could, so there we go. We acquired the objective. He's down to just 10,000 men, and that should pretty much do it. All right, so there you have it, and here's the final numbers. Looks like we're going to have lost about 20,000 men. I got really aggressive toward the end, much more so than I probably needed to, and that cost me a few thousand men I probably didn't need to lose. But Chickamauga is one of those battles that just to escape with your army intact, always a plus. So it looks like we took out a little over 50,000, the vast majority of his force. I'm very disappointed I didn't grab more weapons than this, but that's kind of been an ongoing theme of disappointment with the lack of weapons that I've been able to capture despite the casualties that I've caused. So honestly didn't lose that many commanders, considering I didn't lose any until this last phase. I hadn't lost a single one going into this part. So coming out pretty intact, all things considered. But of course now we get to the phase of the war where every single battle is a big one. Every single one is bloody, and I expect it's only going to get a lot worse as we go along. So that gets us into Brock Road, Muleshoe, and Cold Harbor. So that's basically the Wilderness, Spotsylvania, and Cold Harbor. All big battles, all major implications. You can't afford to lose anything at this point. I'm at exactly 100 government points, so we're going to have to spend down some of that. But I feel pretty good moving forward. I'm sitting on an army that has, let's take a look and see how many men going into these next few battles. Of course, I know I'm going to probably be facing big forces. He's got 52,000 to start. We can probably do some things to adjust that. But I've already got about 44,000. Obviously, I've got to make some changes, so I won't be able to take quite that many brigades. But I think I should be in good shape. Let me know your thoughts. I'm sure I could probably bring down the number of casualties I lost at Chickamauga, but I'm not going to go back and replay it just to bring that down by a few thousand men. So I'm pretty happy with how that ended up. Let me know your thoughts. Use a comment section below. We'll probably take a few days off and come back at it as we get into these major battles in the home stretch of this campaign. So thanks for watching, guys.